Welcome to Yoga with Lauren. This will be a 45-minute practice, more on the chiller, gentle yoga vibes. So meet me on your mat. You can sit in a cross-legged position. You can sit in a butterfly, whatever feels good for you. And we're going to spend a few moments how we normally do, just arriving in our practice. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders are dropped into the back. Close the eyes if you feel comfortable. And take a deep breath in and out. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, letting it go. And intentionally arriving in our practice, letting go of any work-related task or thoughts. And just showing up for yourself in our practice. Using this time to drop any stress or tension in the body and the mind. Letting go if you're doing this right or wrong, and just breathing. Set the intention for your practice today. Maybe it's more awareness, more patience, more understanding, more space, and letting go of anything that just doesn't feel good for you. And gently take one ear to one shoulder, and then rolling the chin to the chest. Stretching the neck all the way around. And then reverse. Feel free to skip the back if that hurts. You can just rock side to side. Still breathing and present. And neutral neck. Looking to your right as far as you can go. Looking to the left. And then back to center. Taking your wrists and just doing a little stretch here, rolling it one way and then the other. You can keep the eyes open or closed here. Jazz fingers. Shake it out. And here we go. Inhale, reach both arms up, keeping the shoulders down. Exhale, hands to prayer. Just connecting breath and movement. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, shoulders down, palms together. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Noticing what you feel. Exhale. Beautiful. Bring one hand to the floor, reach the other arm opposite side, and let's take our first seated stretch. Notice the hips aren't coming off, and reach as far as you can go. Maybe that elbow comes down all the way. Maybe it doesn't. Keeping that top shoulder down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fall to the other side. Opening up in the rib cage, in the side body. Keep space between the ear and the shoulder. And then let's do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, fall. Keep stretching, reaching through the middle finger of that top hand. Inhale, lift. Exhale the other way. And then all the way up to seated. Nice. You should feel a little taller already. Let's take our first seated twist. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, right hand to left knee. Left hand behind you. Look over the back shoulder. Twist as far as you can go. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Beautiful. Come back through center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the other side. Lifting and on the inhale and twisting on the exhale. And then back to center. Beautiful. Uncross the legs so the other leg is underneath you. And then just rock the sit bones side to side. Bring the hands to the shoulders. I'm going to do one of these. I don't think there's an actual term for this, but it opens up the tight upper body from working from home. And keep breathing, twisting, opening up the body. Yep. And then relax, shake it out. Cool. Bring the feet in front of you, making like a little M shape. All right. So if you're on your mat, maybe your feet are as wide as the mat. Your fingertips are behind you. Draw the elbows in and lift up. So make sure your shoulders aren't towards the ears. And I just want you to windshield wiper those legs. Side to side. We're opening up in the hips and the top of the quads. Breathing in, breathing out, noticing what you feel here. One more. Good. And then, yay, we're going to heel to our feet together. And we're actually going to bring our back to the floor. So lean me all the way down. Woo! Nice. Hug both knees into the chest. Reach for the elbows or the wrists and rock side to side. Rock your head with it. Notice what you feel in the hips. Nice. Extend one leg down to the earth. As you hug one knee and unroll that ankle. Flex and point through the foot. Good. Now we're going to switch. Hug the other knee into the chest. Extend the other leg down. And stretch. Roll that ankle. Make sure your shoulders are down into the floor. Flex and point through that top foot. And then bring both knees into the chest. Reach for the elbows or the wrists and rock side to side again. Extend one leg down again. Try to keep the entire leg extended on the floor as you hug one knee in. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then you're going to extend that leg. Ooh, careful, because we're still kind of warming up. You're just going to reach behind the calf or the hamstring while you keep your other leg extended and just gently pull it towards you. So maybe you bend the knee here, right? But just make sure you don't pull behind the actual knee. You want it on the calf or the hamstring. Breathing in, breathing out. Exhale, bend the knee. Take it out. And we're going to take our supine twist early in our practice today. Take that opposite hand to the knee and then pull it across the body. Nice. So this knee is now on the floor, and I'm going to look over the other arm for a nice supine twist. Completely relax here. Let the body surrender to the floor. Feel this in your lower back, across the chest and the arm. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then slowly come back to your spine. Bring your hips back underneath you. And let's do the other leg. Extend that leg we just worked. Pull the other knee into the chest. Roll the ankle. And then extend that leg up to the sky. Reaching for whatever's available. Maybe it's your calf. Maybe it's your thigh. Or maybe you bend the knee. Your choice. But keep those shoulders down into the back. We're stretching right here in the hamstring, into the calf. You're going to feel sensations. Keep breathing. Everything the body is feeling is just a message. All right, bend that knee. Opposite hand to the top of that knee. Supine twist, other direction. So the knee is going towards the floor. As I open up the opposite arm, and then over time, the shoulder gets closer to the earth. The knee gets closer. Take a few breaths here, opening up in the body. Gently pulling the body opposite direction from the upper part. One more breath. And then slowly slither your way back to your spine. Everything back underneath you. Hips underneath you. Nice. And then from here, take your feet as wide as the mat as we did earlier. Same move that we did, except we were seated. You're going to windshield wiper those legs side to side. And so what's happening here is I'm getting a nice stretch down the quad. Let everything just kind of flail out. And even extending in these arms, I feel a stretch along the inside. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Cool. And then when you're on one side, I want you to turn completely. And you're going to meet me. I have to come back on the mat in your table. All right, so my table, my hands are underneath my shoulders. My knees are underneath my hips. Spread your hands nice and wide, space between the fingers. And let's take a cow-cat, dropping the belly. Inhale, looking up to the sky. And then exhale, rounding in the spine, looking towards your belly past the legs. Really creating space here. Let's do that 2 more times. Drop the belly, inhale, look. Being kind to the body. Exhale, cat. Round. Knowing the full benefit of doing this, drop the belly. Inhale, look up to the sky. Exhale, scoop, round in the spine. Good. From here, take your knees as wide as the mat. Take your toes to touch. Sink the hips back. Meet me in a nice extended child's pose. I'm going to walk my hands forward. My knees are wide. My toes touch. Rest your forehead on the mat. Let your shoulders drive down the back. Soften. And take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Trying to sink those hips further back towards the heels. Walk your hands to the left side of the mat. Move your head. Take your right hand on top of the left hand and take a nice stretch in that right shoulder. So my hands are on the left side of the mat, right hand is on top, feeling this in my right shoulder. Still sinking the hips back, deep breath in and deep breath out, finding what feels good. Slowly walk your hands to the right side of the mat. This time left hand is on top, I sink the hips back and I stretch. And then slowly walk your hands back to the center. Walk your hands into you and pull your knees back underneath your hips, feet underneath, or feet in line with the knees, and meet me back at your table. Take a few cow-cats on your own, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, looking up to the sky. Exhale, pressing away from the mat, cat. One more. Exhale. Wonderful. All right, we're going to take a nice threading of the needle. So this is going to be a great shoulder stretch. So you're going to bring your left hand a little bit more underneath your face, and you're going to inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky. Lift, keep going as far as you can, then exhale, bring it all the way down to the mat underneath that arm. Okay, then you take that top arm, you walk it out, and have my right arm underneath me. And so what I'm doing here is I can turn my upper body back so I get a deeper stretch here. I can take that top arm and do a little bind behind my back. If that feels good, you can also take your left leg, extend it back, or lift the leg if you'd like to. For me today, I'm gonna stay here, okay? Breathing in, breathing out. We're getting a nice stretch in the right shoulder. Keep peeling back. So you want to think upper body pulling back to the opposite side. Slowly bring that left hand in front of your face. Press into the mat. Unthread the needle, so retrograde. And then back to center. Woo! Shake it out. Here we go. Bring that right hand a little closer underneath your face. Inhale, lift the left arm up to the sky. Nice opening. And then exhale, thread the needle. Bring the left, I'm gonna turn this way. Bring the left arm underneath you for the left side. Just like this. You wanna rest your ear, the side of your head on the floor as the right arm extends forward. And so what we want here is the hips are pulling back as we're opening up the side body like this. Breathing in, breathing out. Still present, doing what feels good for the body. Bring that right hand in front of your face, pressed into the mat. Unthread the needle, and then back to your table. Good. All right, I'm gonna turn back this way. So now you're on your table. We're gonna take the lovely puppy pose. So just one more shoulder stretch. So knees are underneath my hips. The shins are parallel to each other. You're gonna walk your palms towards the top of the mat, and you're gonna keep your lower half of the body exactly where it is. See if you can sink your forehead or your chin or your chest on the mat for puppy pose. So in puppy pose, the hips pull back, the shoulders are relaxed into the back, and you're reaching your fingertips towards the opposite side. And then you can explore how deep you want to go in this position. So here right now I have my forehead on the floor. I could take my chin to the floor. For some of us, maybe you can take your chest. Just a matter of, what's in your practice, what feels good for you. But here I want you to imagine someone's pulling your hips back as someone's pulling your fingertips forward. Finding space and ease and making sure you're not tensing up to compensate. Soften in the face and the jaw. All right, slowly bring your hands back, underneath you, and come back up. Let's take a second, bring the weight off of our knees and sit back. This is hero pose. If that doesn't feel good for you, you could place a blanket or a bolster underneath your tush. But here we're gonna walk out into our first plank of today's practice. So walk it out, meet me there. Hands underneath your shoulders and lift the knees up, press away from the mat. Finding your core, engaging through the lower belly. And we don't wanna collapse in the shoulders. So there's this protraction in the upper body where I'm rounding in the upper shoulders. Breathe here. Notice what you feel. And then without adjusting too much, can you exhale, lift your hips high to the sky, and then lower the heels. So typically, we would like our downward facing dog to be the same distance as our plank, as far as like hands to feet. But if you need to adjust, feel free. So here we're just walking our dog, pedaling the feet one at a time. Shaking the head, loosening it up. Good, and then from here, lift through the heels. We're gonna body roll, spinal roll down to your plank. Fix my shirt. In your plank. Now, if this plank doesn't feel good, you can drop the knees here if you'd like. You could take a forearm plank, but here, stay with me for a second, and then exhale, downward facing dog again. Hips high to the sky, pedal the feet. Shake your head, loosen it up, allow the shoulders to melt. Check your hands, are they in the same line? Is the middle finger straight on? And do that for a few more breaths. Hips high, so you can always bend your knees and shift the hips higher to the sky, and then let the heels melt down. Nice slow control here. Cool, then spinal wave. Exhale, lift through the heels, roll back to plank. Now, yogi's choice. You could rock forward and lower the body down as one, or you can drop the knees if you need. We're now on our belly. Inhale, lift up for cobra, pull the shoulders back. Lift, lift, exhale, release. Pressing through your palms, meet me in child's pose. Press through the hands, lift up, sink back, child's pose, knees together. Rest the forehead and bring the arms by your legs. Give your shoulders a little break, roll the wrists. Deep breath in, deep breath out. If your mind wandered off, come back. Let's take a moment and just celebrate that we get to do yoga. We get to move our body. What a sweet gift. Drag the fingertips alongside you. Press your hands next to your face and lift up. Woo! All right, y'all. Let's come back to our plank. From the plank, exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Shake the head, loosen it up. Maybe bend the knees and rise the hips higher to the sky. Find what feels good here. Breathe. Notice what part of your body's tensing up. I'm a little more sore today, so you're seeing me take a few more breaks, and honor your body. If you need a break, take a break. I just know my shoulders are so sore right now. All right, in your downward facing dog, let's lift our right leg up to the sky, keeping your hips squared off to the mat, and then bring the right foot in between the hands. Nice, drop the back knee and rise up to your low crescent lunge. Nice and easy here. If you want to keep your hands down, you can, but try not to hunch over. Keep that chest lifted. And then exhale, extend the leg back for a nice half splits, toes towards the shin. Lift up, lengthen through the spine, right? So check the shape of your spine. Then exhale, come back to your lunge. Press your left hand into the mat. Lift your back knee and let's take a nice, easy twist. Right arm up to the sky. Lift up, lift up. Nice and easy. Easy as in like, not as far as like opposite of difficult. Easy as in find what feels good. Exhale, bring that hands back down to the mat. This time, step back, downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Shoulders drive down the back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Here we go, left side. Inhale, swing the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the left foot in between the hands. Pull the left hip crease back, drop the back knee. Rise up, low crescent lunge. So knee is stacked over that heel. You can take any arm position that feels good. If you want to take a little back bend. If not, hands to the floor. And here we go, exhale. Push the hips back, extend the front leg. Toes flex towards the shin. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We're just creating space in the body. We're finding our flow. That's it. Right? Doing what feels good. We got to be present though. If we don't know it feels good, we got to tune back in. Come back to your lunge. Pop the back knee up. Press your right hand into the mat. Lift your left arm to the sky for a nice easy twist. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Bring the hand back down. Step back to your plank. And then yogi's choice. If you want to do a chaturanga, you can. I'm going to do a variation of one. I'm going to drop my knees and then lower down. Inhale. Can you rise up maybe to upward facing dog and lift the kneecaps off the floor? Exhale, roll through the feet. Meet me in downward facing dog. Shake it out. Walk your feet to your hands. Soft bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen, flat back, hands on the shins or the thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to stand up for the first time today. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, palms together. Good, shake it out. Take a breather if you need it. Boop, boop. Hopefully you are enjoying yourself. Hopefully it's feeling good. All right, let's stand up. So you're gonna face the wide side of your mat. Okay. And we're just gonna play a little bit with the standing pose, and then we'll chill out for the rest of our practice. There we go. Okay, bring the palms forward, shoulders down. Bring the ears back a few inches. This is Tadasana. And I just want to play with some balance today. So maybe you lift your left heel up. Notice how that feels. Maybe you lift your left foot up and find your balance. Find something to focus on. Can you lift your leg a little higher? Maybe bend the standing leg a little bit, see how that feels. And then exhale, release, shake it up. Literally shake other parts of the body up. Sometimes we build tension within the yoga practice because we're so focused on doing well, but just enjoy this process. So now we're gonna pop the right heel up, just finding how that feels. Can you find your center of gravity? So be sure you're not leaning over. It's hard because can't see y'all, but you are the expert of your own body. Now lift the right foot off the floor. Find it, draw the navel in, find your stability. Notice if one side feels different than the other. Even your footing, how does your foot feel when you're balancing? Where's your weight? Good, then exhale, release, shake it out. Just love doing that. It's a great thing to do throughout the day. It's just like play with your balance, play with the different shapes. Okay, so now we're gonna take our legs a little wider. Notice my toes are still facing forward and I'm pressing through the knife edge of the foot. So I'm not turned out, they're parallel. Bend your knees here, draw the navel in. And then I just want us to slowly release. For those of you that don't know, I'm a dancer. So you'll see some dancer-ish moves here, but I'm gonna let the fingers roll down to the side. And you wanna imagine you're in between two wet walls. You don't wanna get wet paint on you. And slowly slither back up. So knees are bent, fingers are doing the direction, head is the very last thing to go. So we're just creating some space in the side body. And slowly pull up. And let's try it again. Continue to the side. See how far you can go. Now, we're gonna get a little fancy. You're gonna peel forward and allow the body to carry through center. Meet you on the other side and slither your way back up. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's take one more round. Reverse the direction, go back how you came. Peel. Release. Come through center. Head is heavy. Meet me on the other side. And peel it back up. Woo! Shake it out. Heel toe your feet. And shake out the feet. A little bit of playful mode, probably because the music is leading me in this direction. But we're going to take a beautiful malasana before we hit back on the mat. So stand with your toesies out. I'm going to grab my handy dandy bolster. So malasana is yogi squat. If you know you may need some assistance, grab a pillow or block. But from here, I'm going to drive the tailbone down like this, right? So if I wanted some support, I could place something that's a little more sturdy. I could place something underneath my tailbone. Or if your Achilles don't touch the floor, you also have this option. Bring your heels to something a little more elevated, toesies out, and drive the tailbone down. And here we are, yogi squat. Elbows on the inside, palms together, shoulders down, lift up through the sternum. Spend a few moments here. This is great for the lower back, the glutes, the hips. A lot of benefits from malasana. Shoulders down. We don't want to be like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. So you want to lengthen through the spine, shoulders down, tailbone down. And if this is really easy for you, you could take two fists and go deeper in the stretch. Up to you, yogi's choice. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's spend a few more moments there. This is one of those poses where, I love this song. Let me change it though. This is one of those poses where it's literally ease and effort, both. It's not the type of pose where I can just completely relax, right? There's some effort here. But in that effort, I'm also at ease. And so if you want to have some movement in this, you could explore opening up one arm and switching. And then after this, we're going to take a nice cool down Shavasana. Elbows on the inside. And then exhale, trusting yourself. Just bring the tailbone to the mat. There's no real cute way to do that. From here, extend your legs forward, sitting up nice and tall. Flex through the feet, inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold wherever that lands for you. Shoulders down the back. Letting go here. Trusting that this is what your body needed today. Trusting that any type of movement daily is the right way, the best way, right? And slowly roll it on up. Sitting up nice and tall. Arms up. Exhale, make a Charlie's Angels little, or a little steeple as we would call it. Draw the navel in. And then slowly slither your way down. All the way down. Woo! And here we are on our backs again. Bring your feet underneath you this time. Feet are parallel. They're hip distance apart. Can you press your hips up high to the sky? Meet me in a bridge. Now you could take supported bridge here. You could place a block right where the belt buckle would be. If not, maybe walk your shoulders underneath yourself, grab the fingertips, and lift the hips even higher. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Space between the chin and the chest. Press through, lift up, up, up. Squeeze those inner thighs as if there was a block in between them. Knees are forward in line with the toes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's hold it for 5 more counts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands. Remove the shoulders. Slowly lower back down. Good job. Extend the legs up to the sky. Shake it out, arms up, shake it out. And let's take a nice happy baby. So drive the knees down on the outside of the body. Elbows come on the inside of the knees, and then reach for whatever's available. Ideally, maybe the edge of your feet. Pull the knees down, rock side to side. Feel this nice stretch in your hamstrings and your hips and your back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Whee! Good. And then release. Feet to the earth. Swing your hips to one side. Arms are at a T. Swing your hips to the right. Let your legs fall together to the left. We call this recline twist. Recline twist. So my knees are stacked and I look opposite side of the knees. And we're just opening up the lower back here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then slowly unravel. Come back to your neutral stance. And we're going to do the exact same move on the other side. Shift those hips to the left side. Bring the knees to the right side. Look over the left shoulders. Recline twist. Close the eyes. Take a few deep breaths here. One more breath. And then slowly unravel, taking our final pose today, Shavasana, however you want to. Typically, it's just a big X, taking up space. If you want to take your feet together for butterfly, soles of the feet, you could do that. You could place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Find what feels good. Close the eyes. Relax in the shoulders, relax in the legs. Take up space. And give yourself the sweet gift of rest for these last few minutes. Two minutes we'll spend here. So give yourself this rest. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Nowhere to go, nowhere to be, nothing to do except breathe. Eyes are closed. This next track is about 2 minutes long, so don't worry about rushing. I will cue you when it's time to get up. Soften around the eyes and the jaw. Trust that this is exactly where you needed to be today, that this was right on time. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Slowly start to wiggle. Bring some movement back to the toes and the ankles, the wrists and the fingers, rocking the head left and right, parting the lips. Or if you want to stay in Shavasana, you can. Feel free to stay there. But if not, slowly roll to one side, fetal position, and then press yourself up to a nice, comfortable seat. Meeting me just how we started. Placing one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And a deep breath out. And again. Thanking your body for all that it does. Even when we feel like it's not doing enough, it's doing its job. Thanks for moving with me today. I hope to see you next week. Namaste.